Dan insyaAllah kita akan buatlah ya kelas, kita akan mulakan kelas bahasa Inggeris untuk malam ini. Macam biasa, kalau ada masalah, kalau ada nak tanya soalan, tolong guna feature angkat tangan ni ya. Alright. Jadi malam ini kita akan buat kertas model SPM ya, daripada sekurang-kurangnya kertas satu lah. Mana lagi student-student? Alright. Jadi untuk bahagian pertama kertas pemahaman SPM ya, comprehension. Bahagian pertama dia ialah setiap soalan ada stimulus dan kita jawab berdasarkan stimulus itu. Alright, soalan satu ya, question 1. Dia punya stimulus dia ialah news article. Kuala Lumpur, the flood situation in Sarawak, Pahang and Sabah has improved, leading to a drop in the number of evacuees, but the situation in Johor remains pretty much unchanged. In Johor, the number of flood victims at temporary relief centres in Segamat and Batu Pahat remains at 93 individuals from 23 families. Okay. First of all, ada beberapa perkataan yang kita jarang jumpa ya dekat sini. So first kali perkataan evacuees. Evacuees ni bermaksud ini perkataan yang kita jarang jumpa ya, evacuees. Evacuees ni ia bermaksud people who evacuate lah ya, orang yang dipindahkan atau memindahkan. Dia orang yang dipindahkan atau memindahkan. Itu maksud evacuees. Ya, people who evacuate. Alright. Which of the following statements is true? A. The flood situation in Johor has worsened. Worsen ni bermaksud menjadi lebih teruk. Jadi A salah lah sebab dia kata in Johor the situation remains unchanged. Ya, situasi dia belum bertukar. Ya, tidak bertukar. Jadi dia tak makin teruk dan dia tak makin elok. Ya. B. There are currently 2 relief centres in Sarawak. Dekat Sarawak dia tak tulis ya ada berapa relief center. Yang ditulis ialah dekat Johor, Segamat dan Batu Pahat ada relief center. Tetapi dekat Sarawak dia tak tulis. Jadi B salah. C. There are 93 evacuees still at 2 temporary relief centres in Johor. Ya. Jadi jawapannya ialah C. Ya, C ialah true kerana 2 relief centres ni dekat Segamat dan Batu Pahat dan bernombor 93 orang. Jadi jawapan dia dekat sini ialah C. Okay, number 2. Have a Heart Foundation has planned a series of donations to orphanages, old folks' homes, frontliners, and different NGOs for the entire year, it said in a press release. In one of its latest campaigns, the foundation donated over 500 hampers to some 30 old folks' homes in the Klang Valley. Last month, the foundation shone the spotlight on frontliners braving the pandemic to save lives. The foundation donated 1 million ringgit to support frontliners who are currently serving the nation during the COVID-19 outbreak. Okay, jadi dia cerita tentang the Have a Heart Foundation ya. Ini ialah sebuah foundation untuk yang menderma lah ya, untuk dia kutipan derma apa semua tu. Dan dia cerita apa yang mereka sudah buat dan apa yang mereka plan untuk buat. Right. NGO ni kalau pelajar tak tahu ya, bermaksud non-government organisation ya, maksudnya organisasi yang bukan berdasarkan kerajaan ya, NGO. Alright, which of the following statements about Have a Heart Foundation is true? The foundation owns orphanages and old folks homes. Owns ni maksudnya memiliki ya. Dan kalau pelajar baca dia punya stimulus dia, dia tak ada cerita pun tentang dia memiliki apa-apa pun ya. Dia tak ada milik memiliki apa-apa pun. So salah lah. Okay. B, the foundation has handed out 1 million ringgit to support the nation's frontliners. Ya, dia tulis kat situ kan, donated 1 million to support frontliners. And then C, the foundation plans to donate 500 hampers to frontliners in the Klang Valley. Jadi, ada plan to donate 500 hampers ni salah sebab dia tulis kat sini donated over 500 hampers ya, donated. Bermaksud benda itu sudah berlaku. Ya, benda itu sudah berlaku. Dia bukannya plan untuk donate. Benda itu sudah berlaku. Jadi jawapan dia ialah C. Bukan jawapan dia C. C itu salah. Jawapan dia ialah B ya. Alright. Number 3. Cerita tentang KKR Medical College. We have 25 years of experience in nurturing high caliber medical and healthcare professionals. We adopt a holistic approach in education, research, and healthcare. They use cutting-edge technology and facilities to enhance learning experience. Salah tekan. Sorry. Alright, sambung ya. KKR Medical College uses cutting-edge technology and facilities to enhance learning experience. Scholarship and financial assistance for the first 50 students. And then you can get a 360-degree view of the virtual campus tour on our website. And they have open and distance learning modes available. Right, jadi ini semua dicerita tentang KKR Medical College ya. Okay, which of the following statements is true? Those interested can tour the campus in person. In person ni maksudnya dia pergi sendirilah. Dan ini salah kerana dia tulis kat sini virtual campus tour. Virtual ni maksudnya menggunakan komputer lah, menggunakan komputer. And then founded by healthcare professionals. Tak cerita pun tentang siapa yang found, siapa yang tak cerita apa-apa pun tentang siapa yang found the college ya. Dia cuma kata they have 25 years of experience. And then C, scholarship and financial assistance are on a first come first serve basis. Ialah betul lah sebab dia kata for the first 50 students. Sebab dia kata for the first 50 students, maka C ini betul. Amirul okey kat situ. Pelajar-pelajar lain mana Jalan tak tahu ke ada kelas malam ni? Sebab cikgu nampak ada kamu seorang aja student dalam ni. Okey, tak apa, kita sambung ya. Kalau ada masalah, boleh tanyalah. Right. Question number 4. Which of the following statements is true? Okay, dia cerita tentang online food delivery. Online food delivery in Malaysia, already a million ringgit business, saw huge growth when the movement control order was instated. Urban dwellers are familiar with food delivery services and platforms such as Food Panda, Deliver Eat, and GrabFood, with millennials being the biggest consumers. Food delivery was hailed as an essential service, and many of those who had been doing deliveries as an odd job turned it into full-time work. Alright, ini cerita tentang online food delivery. Which of the following statements is true? A. Young adults make up the majority of customers. The millennials lah ya. Millennials. City folks are unfamiliar with food delivery services and ni salah lah ya. B salah sebab dia tulis kat situ urban dwellers are familiar. Urban ni maksudnya bandar ya, city. Dan dwellers ni bermaksud penduduk lah. Jadi penduduk bandar. Jadi urban dwellers are familiar. Jadi B salah. Online food delivery in Malaysia became a million ringgit business after the movement control order. Ini pun salah sebab dia tulis kat situ it is already a million ringgit business. Kemudian baru dia saw huge growth ya. Already a million ringgit business. Jadi C pun salah. So the answer is A ya. Millennials ni bermaksud orang yang lahir tahun 2000. Ya, millennials. Orang yang lahir tahun 2000 dan seterusnya. Maksudnya sekarang ni umur mereka dah 22 tahun lah lebih kurang. So young adults. Right? Number 5. The National Game Creation Competition is an annual competition organized by Science Dome to provide a platform for students in Malaysia to showcase their talents and creativity in developing computer games. This competition will sharpen technical skill sets and critical thinking. Dia ada training on 7th May, kemudian ada team, submission of ideas, submission of games, finals, and the result of shortlisted teams. Alright. Now, which of the following statements is true? A. Participants can take part individually. Let's see. Ada tak dia tulis kat sini tentang sama ada individual atau team? Ada ya dekat sini. Results of shortlisted teams. Dia tulis kat situ results of shortlisted teams. Jadi maksudnya hanya berkumpulan sahaja boleh masuk ya, tak boleh individual. Jadi A salah. B, no one can be exempted from training. Exempted ini bermaksud dikecualikan. Ya, dikecualikan. Exempted ni bermaksud dikecualikan ya. Maksudnya tak boleh kalau tak datang lah. And then B betul ya, sebab ditulis kat sini compulsory. Maksudnya mesti hadir. Ya, mesti hadir. Itu maksud compulsory. Mesti hadir. Okay, jadi B betul. Kita tengok C. Shortlisted teams will have a chance to compete internationally. Dia tak ada cerita tentang international pun. Ialah national. Maksudnya peringkat negara lah ya. Dia tak ada peringkat antarabangsa. Jadi C salah. And so the answer is B. Okey. Ini ialah dialog antara seorang promoter dan Fazura. Okay. Hello, how may I help you? I'm looking for products that can help to clear my pimples. Promoter tu kata, you will need a good face wash to remove oil, dirt and sweat. I would recommend Moxie Gel Cleanser, which is suitable for oily skin. It is suitable for daily use too. Actually, I have a cleanser at home. I'll consider getting this when my existing one runs out. And then promoter kata, how about getting pimple patches? What is that? A pimple patch is a small circular clear sticker that you can place on your pimple. The clear patch helps to flatten out your pimple. Sounds great. I'll give it a shot. Alright. And then soalannya, which of the following statements is true? A. Fazura's cleaner has run out. Dan A salah lah ya, sebab dia tulis dekat sini, I have a cleanser at home. And then I'll consider getting this when my existing one runs out. Jadi dia kata dekat situ, saya sudah ada ya. Saya sudah ada cleanser di rumah. Jadi apabila cleanser tu habis, baru saya mungkin akan beli yang dia recommend itu. Jadi salah lah sebab dia masih belum habis. B. Fazura thinks the pimple patch might help her. Sebab dia kata sounds great kan? Sounds great. Maka betul lah sebab dia setuju bahawa benda ini mungkin boleh menolong. And C, the pimple patch can remove oil, dirt and sweat. Tak ada ya, si pimple patch tu dia kata helps to flatten out your pimples sahaja. Yang remove oil, dirt and sweat tu ialah gel cleanser. And so the answer is B. Sekejap ya. Alright. Number 7. Dia cerita tentang Ambrose Wellness and Fitness Club. Dear valued guest or customer, our swimming pool facility will be closed from 7th April until further notice while we endeavor to correct a serious maintenance issue. At this time, we are not in a position to provide a time scale of closure, but we will provide updates as we receive them. Our gym and changing facilities will remain open. We value your support and we regret the inconvenience caused by the management. Jadi ada punya swimming pool dia ditutup. Okay, which of the following statements is true? A, the swimming pool will be closed for repair work. Saya betul lah tu. The swimming pool and the gym will be closed on April 7th. Salah. Sebab tulis je kat sini, our gym will remain open. Jadi B salah. And then the management will provide updates about the reopening date of the gym. Pun salah sebab gym itu tidak ditutup. Remain open. Maksudnya gym itu tidak akan ditutup lah. And so the answer is A. Jadi apabila jawab soalan macam ni, pelajar kena peka lah ya dengan dengan dia akan bagi beberapa jenis data tau. Dia akan bagi, okay, pool ditutup. Tetapi gym, changing facilities will remain open. Kalau pelajar boleh ingat, okey lah. Dia masalahnya kalau pelajar nampak close saja, dia terus ingat close saja. Itu dia punya perangkap lah. Alright, number 8. Famous Mimi Outlet Crew. Okay, jadi ini ialah untuk menjadi seorang member of crew ya. Salary banyak ni. Job responsibilities: bake cookies and muffins, ensure merchandise area is clean and tidy, assist in wrapping gift items, assist in customer service. Job requirements: able to work on public holidays and weekends, good working attitude and a pleasant disposition. School leavers are encouraged to apply as training will be provided. Under medical and insurance, 90 days of maternity leave and company uniform. Alright. Which of the following statements is true? A. Female employees are given 90 days leave when they give birth. Itu kita cerita nanti. B. Applicants must possess at least 2 years experience in a similar field. Ya, yang ni tak ada ya. In fact, dia kata school leavers. Maksudnya orang yang baru habis sekolah. Encouraged to apply. Jadi B salah. C. Applicants will be trained to bake a variety of cakes, pizzas and pastries. Tak ada cerita tentang tak ada cerita tentang cake, pizza atau pastries ya. Cerita dia ialah tentang cookies and muffins. Jadi C salah. Okey. Jadi female employees are given 90 days leave when they give birth. Kat sini dia tulis 90 days maternity leave. Sekarang ni cikgu nak tanya kelas, apakah maksud maternity leave? Apakah maksud dia? Sebab itu ialah sesuatu yang kita patut tahulah ya. Apakah maksud maternity leave? Anyone? Ada idea tak? Any ideas kelas? Apakah maksud maternity leave? Tak ada idea? No ideas? Okay, jadi maternity leave ni, ya, leave ni bermaksud cuti. Maternity ni bermaksud maksudnya selepas bersalin ya. Selepas bersalin, when they give birth. Maksudnya selepas dia bersalin dia ada cuti 90 hari. Ya, untuk biasalah lepas bersalin tu kan ada banyak benda nak kena buat kan, nak kena rehat, nak kena apa nama itu handle ada a new baby, macam-macam kan. And so biasanya tempat kerja akan bagi cuti yang panjang lah. Ya, 90 hari ni kira minimum sebenarnya. Rasanya Malaysian standard right now apa namanya mungkin lebih lagi. So the answer is A ya. Kalau pelajar tak tahu apa maksud maternity leave ni, susah sikit lah nak jawab soalan macam ni kan. Alright. Next, kita pergi kepada part 2. Alright. Part 2. Read the text below and choose the best word for each space. For each question, mark the correct letter A, B, C or D on your answer sheet. Dia cerita tentang soap. Soap is a product for cleaning. Okay. Soap is a product for cleaning made blank natural ingredients that may include both plant and animal products. Okay, made ini kosong ya. Made from. Ada dah bagi contoh dah dekat situ kan. Ya, made from natural ingredients. Lebih besarnya. The blank Babylonians were the first to master the art of soap making. Okay, the blank Babylonians, the antique Babylonians, the ancient Babylonians, the classical Babylonians, or the modern Babylonians. First kali cikgu nak tanya, Babylonian tu benda apa? Kelas? Babylonian tu benda apa? Ada idea tak? Masalah tahu tak? Babylonian tu benda apa? Benda apa kan Babylonian ni? Menarik juga nak tahu. Come on kelas. Takkan seorang pun tak tahu. Apakah Babylonian? Senyap aja. Okay, jadi kalau pelajar tak tahu, Babylonian ni ialah sebuah bangsa ya, sebuah bangsa orang yang hidup zaman lebih kurang 2000 sebelum Masihi. Ya, mereka ini hidup lebih kurang tahun 2000 sebelum Masihi ya. The Babylonians. Jadi kalau kita cerita tentang orang yang wujud sebelum Masihi, kita panggil ancient. Ya, the ancient Babylonians. Yeah, the ancient Babylonians were the first to master the art of soap making. Jadi, orang Babylon lah, ya, orang Babylon, Babylonians, orang Babylon. Kalau jadi tempat dia orang duduk tu ialah sekarang ini Iraq lah, ya. Were the first to master the art of soap making. Today, there are many different soaps made for a vast blank of purposes, vast position of purposes, vast formation of purposes, vast array of purposes, or vast branch of purposes. Jadi yang paling sesuai dekat sini ialah a vast array. A vast array of purposes. Vast array ni bermaksud ada banyak lah ya, ada banyak dan bersusun dia punya sebab kenapa gunanya sabun ni ya. Soap is blank available for personal, commercial and industrial use. Effortlessly, reluctantly, scarcely or readily. Okay, kalau untuk jawab soalan ni kita kena tahu dia punya maksud lah ya. Effortlessly ni maksudnya tanpa apa-apa kerja berat. Maksudnya secara senang ya, secara senang ya. Reluctantly ni bermaksud dengan susah hati. Dia lakukan sesuatu tetapi dengan susah hati. Perlu usaha. Dengan susah hati. Scarcely ni, scarce ini bermaksud, maksudnya sedikit lah ya, sedikit ataupun terhad. Jadi maksudnya, oops. Dan readily ini bermaksud, readily bermaksud dengan tersedia. Maksudnya sentiasa ada lah ya, readily itu maksudnya sentiasa ada ya, sentiasa tersedia. Jadi dekat sini kalau kita cerita tentang sabun, sabun insya-Allah lah tak habis ya, pergi mana-mana pun ada tempat yang jual sabun, sama ada untuk personal, commercial or industrial use. And so 11, the answer is D. Alright. These days, soap is handmade, homemade, and commercially produced. Ada sabun yang dibuat menggunakan tangan, maksudnya tak menggunakan mesin. Ada sabun yang dibuat di rumah dan ada sabun yang dibuat commercially, maksudnya menggunakan kilang dan machinery lah. Ya. There is soap used to wash clothes, dishes, and cars. There is a soap for your pet, soap for your carpet, and soap for your child. Jadi semua berasalkan benda tu perlu dibasuh, insya-Allah ada sabun yang sesuai untuk dia ya. Okay. So the chemical reaction that produces soap is saponification. Kalau pelajar nak tahu perkataan sapon ni, sebab tu lah nama dekat dalam bahasa Melayu dia sabun tau. Dia asalnya daripada perkataan sapon tu lah ya. Sapon itu ialah apabila dia menjadi dia licin dan dia melicinkan. Dan apabila dia melicinkan kulit, maka benda-benda yang melekat kat kulit tu menjadi licin dan apabila kita basuh menggunakan air, dia turun dengan senang. Itu maksudnya sapon ya. Dan itulah asalnya perkataan tu menjadi bahasa Melayu pun sabun juga. In the process, animal or vegetable fat is blanked into soap and alcohol. Is abbreviated, converted or summoned. Jadi yang sesuai, okay, jom kita tengok apa maksud satu-satu ni. Ya, kalau kita tak tahu tak boleh juga kan. Abbreviated ni maksudnya diringkaskan ataupun dipendekkan. Convicted ni bermaksud disabitkan ya, disabitkan apa? Disabitkan kesalahan lah ya. Disabitkan kesalahan atau tuduhan. Converted ini bermaksud ditukarkan. Summoned ini bermaksud dipanggil, itulah. Alright, jadi dekat sini dia punya ni dia kata animal or vegetable fat is blanked into soap and alcohol. Fat iaitu apa namanya, fat ini bermaksud lemak lah ya, lemak yang berasal daripada haiwan atau lemak tumbuhan ditukarkan menjadi soap and alcohol ya, jadi ditukarkan, jawapannya ialah converted into soap and alcohol. The result of saponification is a combination of soap and glycerin. Other natural blank can of course be added, like shea butter or oatmeal. Other natural ingredients. Yeah? Other natural ingredients. Bahan air lah. There are also many natural oils, plant extracts, and exfoliants that can be used in soap making. These are genuinely good for your skin. Yeah, for your skin. Commercial soap sold in stores is often blank commercial detergents, hardeners, and synthetic lathering agents. Maksudnya kalau sabun itu yang sabun biasalah, sabun yang dibuat secara menggunakan kilang kan. Komersial ni maksudnya dibuat secara besar-besaran. Maksudnya mereka menggunakan kilang. And sold in stores ni maksudnya yang dijual di mana-mana kedai lah. Is often blank. Okay. Contributed to, acted upon, made with, and resulted in. Jadi kita tengok maksud satu-satu ni. Contributed to bermaksud menyumbang kepada. Ya. Acted upon ni maksudnya bertindak ke atas sesuatu lah ya, ke atas apa yang perlu ditindak tu lah. Made with ialah dibuat dengan, and resulted in berhasilkan. Apa hasil sesuatu itu ya. Jadi dekat sini is often made with. Ya, dibuat dengan atau dibuat menggunakan ya. Chemical detergents, hardeners, and synthetic lathering agents. Jadi ini dicerita tentang sintetik ni, especially lah sintetik ni yang sebenarnya yang bahaya betul ni, kerana apa namanya tu dibuat menggunakan bahan yang bukan bahan asli ya. Kadang-kadang orang bila dengar chemical tu terus dia takut kan, tetapi sebenarnya kalau chemical tu natural pun namanya chemical juga. Ya, air yang cikgu minum tu pun chemical juga ya. H2O kan. Ya. Dihydrogen oxide. Dihydrogen oxide itu nama air ya, H2O. Dihydrogen oxide. Chemical tu. Tetapi sebenarnya dia air sahaja. Jadi chemical tu bukan chemical yang menakutkan, tetapi yang sintetik tu yang menakutkan. Maksudnya dia bukannya bahan yang natural ya. Alright. Okay ke cikgu punya connection? Nampak tengah okay tak? Cikgu turn off kamera sekejap ya. Connection macam tak elok. Suara cikgu dengar okey tak, Raja?
Okey.
Okay, ya. Kalau ada masalah, minta beritahu. So, untuk sekarang ni cikgu tutup kamera dululah. Alright. Some of these ingredients can be drying ni maksudnya mengeringkan, or blank on the skin. Okay. Sebab ada ing dekat belakang yang ini, drying or irritating, ya. Drying or irritating on the skin. This has prompted many to look for healthier and more natural alternatives, logic changes, or capacity, such as handmade soap that does not contain harsh compounds. More natural alternatives, yeah? More natural alternatives. As a result, this has started a soap-making trend, and many are now jumping on the bandwagon. Sebenarnya kalau pelajar nak cari projek sains yang senang dan seronok dan pelajar boleh guna, ya, buat sabun ni sebenarnya ialah sesuatu yang sangat-sangat senang, sangat-sangat seronok, dan pelajar boleh dia ada banyak ruang untuk kreativiti, ya. Ya, kalau pelajar nak cari online kan, apa nama itu, homemade soap recipe contohnya. Banyak sangat homemade punya soap recipe yang pelajar boleh cari dan boleh buatlah, boleh buat sendiri sahaja. Betul, memang boleh buat sendiri, tak payah guna banyak benda pun. Dan nanti dia punya bau pun pelajar boleh pilih sendiri, kalau nak letak lemon ke apa ke, suka hatilah kan, tak susah. Okay, itu ialah part 2. Right, part 3. You are going to read an extract from a story. From questions 19 to 26, choose the correct answer and mark the correct letter on your answer sheet. Alright, ini ialah a story, ya. Pelajar okay? Everyone okay? Alright. In the wee hours of the morning. Wee hours. Apa maksud tu? Wee hours. Apa maksudnya tu? Wee hours. Itu ialah something yang kita jarang dengar, ya. Apa maksudnya wee hours? Ini maksudnya early in the morning, ya. Very early. In the wee hours of the morning, traders and wholesalers flocked to our farm to get their supplies. Mr. Philip was always the first to arrive. Another regular face at our farm was Mr. Roger, a kindly-looking, lanky man with olive-toned complexion. As he often offered me candies and lollipops, I ranked him as my favorite with a bias. "Good day, kid," Mr. Roger habitually greeted me with a broad smile. Kalau ada perkataan yang pelajar tak faham, tolong tanya, ya. Bila kita jumpa artikel macam ini, salah satu daripada dia punya main point dia ialah kalau pelajar tak faham masuk perkataan itu, maka susahlah nak faham the whole thing. Kalau ada perkataan yang tidak faham, tolong bagi tahu, tolong tanya. The morning serenity was soon shattered by the cacophony of the revving truck engines and Mr. Jones's blaring voice. Mr. Jones was one of our farm's regulars, one with a brawny build and a noticeable expansive chest. He would order his stocks in an ear-splitting voice. Back then, working day in and day out on the farm might have seemed like a normal and dull routine, especially the process of carrying stocks, which was somewhat monotonous. Yet I was happy and contented until a devastating accident left me orphaned. Right. Jadi paragraf 2 ni dia cerita tentang apa yang jadilah ya. Dia cerita tentang dia punya farm dia. My aunt, a divorcee, willingly took over the farm and my welfare. Years later, she eventually remarried and her husband moved in to live with us. My uncle Greg, Greg ni dia punya aunt punya husband lah, was a burly man who towered over us. Life was peaceful at first, just like the calm before a thunderstorm. Without a warning sign, all hell broke loose 3 months later, when he started showing his true colors. Greg turned out to be an extreme alcoholic. Every single moment when he was intoxicated, he would transform from a hearty man to a sadistic brute. Bearing the sting of his knuckles soon became my new normal routine. Apa maksudnya perkataan ni? Apa maksudnya frasa ni actually? Bearing the sting of his knuckles. Apa maksudnya betul? First kali knuckles tu masuk apa? Ada idea tak kelas? Knuckles tu masuk apa? Ya. Midah Zamri. Apa maksudnya knuckles ya? Ada idea tak? Any ideas? Knuckles tu benda apa? Bearing the sting of his knuckles. Knuckles tu bermaksud tumbukan ya. Knuckles tu bermaksud tumbukan. Jadi bearing the sting, bearing itu maksudnya menahan lah. Ya, menahan. Dan sting tu sakit. Jadi maksudnya frasa bearing the sting of his knuckles ya bermaksud sakit daripada kena pukul ya. Dia tahan sakit daripada kena pukul. Bearing the sting of his knuckles soon became my new normal routine. The sound of shattering whiskey bottles, followed by a cacophony of beating, yelling, and moaning, were common whenever Greg began to lash out his fury at me. He seemed to enjoy hitting his fists onto my skin. The mosaic lacerations all over my body were strong evidence of his ruthless abuse. When I was left bruised and battered, he would just walk away nonchalantly. Okay, jadi perenggan ini dicerita tentang selepas dia orphan, maksudnya selepas dia menjadi seorang anak yatim ya, maksudnya ibu bapa dia matilah, maka dia dijaga oleh dia punya makcik dan pakcik dia. Dan pakcik dia tu rupa-rupanya an extreme alcoholic ya, seorang yang sangat ketagihan dengan alkohol. Dan dia penulis ni ya, karakter ni dia dipukul ya. Aunt would usually embrace me and act as my protective shield to stop him from attacking me, until one day she had to temporarily move to a facility that provided postpartum care. It soon became difficult for me to evade Greg and the sting of his knuckles. One fateful night, ominous silence filled the surrounding as I was sleeping soundly. As the clock struck midnight, I was awoken abruptly by a deafening bang. The reverberating sound hit me like a meteorite crash. Without warning, Greg barged into my refuge. I could not do a single thing but stare at him in horror when he raised his heavily studded leather belt and lashed me with it. Jadi dekat sini dia cerita bahawa satu hari um, dia dia dipukul dengan tali pinggang ya. Instantaneously, my flesh split and scarlet blood oozed from the exposed wound. The pain was so excruciating that tears welled up in my eyes. My tears launched Greg into a furious tirade. Sensing that he was going to rain punches on my temple, I instantaneously broke into a run and dashed out of the room. Irked, Greg gave chase on foot. To my dismay, he easily caught up with me. "You troublesome punk," he snarled as he struck and assaulted me with a random blunt object. The pain sent tremors shooting throughout my sweat-soaked body. In a weakened state, I mustered every ounce of remaining strength to flee, but alas, the pain was too intense, and I collapsed on the dirt road by the farm. I was rendered speechless and motionless. At that juncture, aside from the beating of my heart, no muscle would move. Vaguely, I remember hearing footsteps approaching and a strong pair of arms lifting me up. To my relief, it was Mr. Jones. The last thing that I recall was the worried look on his face when he saw me. Darkness enveloped me and I passed out. When I regained consciousness several hours later, I was comforted to see my aunt sitting beside me. Greg was nowhere in sight. I couldn't help but burst into tears when Aunt pulled me into a tight embrace. "Sorry, my dear, it was all my fault," she soothed. She assured me that Greg would never hurt me again, as she had already filed charges against him. I heaved a sigh of relief, knowing that the agonizing torment would finally become a thing of the past. Okay, jadi ini ialah a short story tentang seorang, tak tahulah lelaki ke perempuannya, kita tak tahu. Tetapi macam mana the first two paragraphs dia cerita tentang dia macam mana dia dengan parents dia ada farm ya, and ada cerita tentang Mr. Roger, and dia cerita tentang Mr. Philip, dan dia cerita tentang Mr. Jones. Itu ialah orang-orang yang akan datang ke farm dia uh, untuk beli barang lah. Kemudian perangai-perangai seterusnya dia cerita tentang selepas dia parents dia mati dan dia menjadi seorang anak yatim, dia dijaga oleh dia punya aunt, dia punya makcik dia, dan aunt dia baru berkahwin dengan Greg. Rupa-rupanya Greg ni ialah seorang alkoholik ya, dia orang yang ketagihan alkohol, dan selepas itu penulis itu dia kena abuse lah ya, didera ya, didera. Ini cerita penderaan ya. And then finally dia lari daripada farm itu semasa dia tengah kena pukul, dan salah satu daripada dia punya salah satu daripada customer lama dia, Mr. Jones tu, jumpa dia, dan uh, Selepas itu dia diselamatkan lah, ya. Itu ialah cerita. Alright. Prior to the accident that left the writer orphaned, he describes his routine as, okay, prior to the accident. Prior ini bermaksud sebelum. Ya, prior itu bermaksud sebelum. Jadi sebelum accident yang membuatkan penulis itu menjadi anak yatim, dia punya rutin dia ialah dia punya jawapan dia dekat situ somewhat monotonous, ya. Ni jawapan dia, ya, somewhat monotonous. Yet I was happy and contented. Okay, monotonous ni bermaksud, okay, first kali kita tengok apa maksud empat-empat perkataan ni, ya. Hektik ini bermaksud kelam kabut. Boring, membosankan lah, ya. Eventful ni banyak kejadian. Dan ever changing ni selalu bertukar, ya. Jadi jawapan dia ialah dekat perenggan 2 ni somewhat monotonous. Monotonous ini bermaksud tidak bertukar, ya. Jadi jawapan dia ialah B. Ya, monotonous asalnya daripada perkataan monoton. Ya, mono tu satu. Tone tu tona lah, ya. Right. Which of the following describes Greg's appearance? Okay, next dia cerita tentang Greg. My uncle Greg was a burly man who towered over us. Yeah, a burly man who towered over us. A, exceptionally tall, stocky with a pot belly, feeble middle-aged man, or scrawny with sunken cheeks. Tall ni maksudnya sangat-sangat tinggi lah. Exceptionally tall ni bermaksud sangat tinggi. Stocky ni bermaksud pendek, ya, stocky. And pot belly itu ada perut lah, perut yang bulat seperti kuali, ya. Sebab tu namanya pot belly kan, ya, perut kuali. Feeble ni bermaksud lemah, ya, lemah. Scrawny ini bermaksud kurus. Jadi dekat sini dia tulis a burly man who towered over us. Towered ni bermaksudnya sangat tinggi, ya. Tower kan bermaksud menara. Jadi towered ni bermaksudnya dia tinggi seperti menara. Jadi jawapan dia ialah A. Okay. Next, Greg attacked the writer whenever he was tired, whenever he was drunk, whenever the writer misbehaved, or right after he moved into the farm. Okay, first kali D salah sebab 3 months later. Ya, dia tulis kat situ 3 months later. 3 bulan lepas tu baru dia mula buat perangai. Jadi D salah. Ya. And then dia ada tulis dekat situ every single moment when he was intoxicated. When he was intoxicated. Intoxicated ni bermaksud mabuk, ya. Apabila setiap kali dia mabuk, he would transform to a sadistic brute. Apabila dia mabuk, dia akan menjadi seorang yang sadistik. Ini bermaksudnya suka menyebabkan kesakitan. Dia suka menyakitkan orang lah. Jadi, when he was intoxicated. Jadi jawapan dia ialah B. Whenever he was drunk. Alright. Why did the writer's aunt move out for a period of time? Okay, dekat sini dia cerita tentang dekat perenggan 3 ya. Bukan perenggan 3, perenggan 4. Until one day she had to temporarily move to a facility that provided postpartum care. Yeah. Temporarily move to a facility that provided postpartum care. Cuba pelajar Google apakah maksud perkataan postpartum. Cuba Google. Apa maksudnya tu? Apa maksudnya postpartum? Google kata apa Mas Sarah, Google kata apa Mas Sarah? Okay. Postpartum ni bermaksud selepas bersalin ya. Kalau pelajar tak tahu, postpartum ni bermaksud selepas bersalin. Jadi jawapan dia ialah she was receiving care after giving birth. She was receiving care after giving birth. Right. What woke the writer from his sleep? Okay, yang itu ialah perenggan seterusnya. I was awoken abruptly by a deafening bang. Jadi dekat situ deafening ni bermaksud sangat kuat lah ya. Sangat kuat. Dan apa yang bunyi tu ialah a loud bang on the door ya. Pintu bilik dia dibuka. Macam mana kita tahu? Sebab Greg barged into my refuge. Ya, barged into ni bermaksud dia masuk ke dalam lah ya, masuk ke dalam tanpa izin ke apa ke, tak ada ketuk pintu ke apa ke, barged. And then to my dismay, he easily caught up with me. What does this sentence in paragraph 5 infer? Okay, jadi dekat paragraf 5 dia tulis kat situ, dia dah lari ya dekat situ. I instantaneously broke into a run and dashed out of the room. Ya, dia dah berlari, and then kemudian selepas dia lari, Greg gave chase on foot. Ya, selepas itu Greg kejar, and then to my dismay, he easily caught up with me. Ya, dia senang sahaja dia caught up ini maksudnya dia dapat kejar lah ya, dia dapat kejar. Jadi dekat sini jawapan dia ialah C. Greg had a physical advantage over the writer. Ya, dia lebih tinggi. Ya, orang yang lebih tinggi ni kaki dia lebih panjang lah ya. Jadi dia senang nak kejar. Itu jawapan dia. Alright. Why did Mr. Jones have a worried look on his face? Selepas Mr. Jones jumpa dia ada dekat sini kan. The last thing that I recall was the worried look on his face when he saw me. Ya, dia tengok dan rasanya tak lain tak bukan he was distressed to see the extent of the writer's injuries. Ya, bayangkanlah kamu awal-awal pagi tu kamu berjalan nak pergi kerja, kamu nampak seorang budak ni cedera sampai pitam. Jadi kamu akan risaulah. Ya, namanya nombor 25, jawapan dia ialah B. Alright. In paragraph 8, Greg was nowhere in sight when the writer regained consciousness. Jadi apabila dia sedar, dia tak nampak Greg tak ada mana-mana pun. What might have happened to Greg? Jadi dekat paragraph 8 dia tulis dekat situ, she had already filed charges against him. Ya, maksudnya dekat situ dia sudah report kepada polis lah ya. Dia sudah report kepada polis dan dah ada saksi kan. So the answer is A. He had been detained. Detained ini bermaksud sudah ditahan lah ya. Sudah ditahan. Alright. Jadi ini ialah sebuah cerita tentang penderaan lah ya. Tentang mangsa seorang penderaan dan apa yang berlaku. Alright. Next ialah ini gap text. Jadi untuk gap text, pelajar perlu setiap satu ruang ni ada satu ayat yang patut berada di situ ya. Ada satu ayat yang patut berada di situ dan cara nak jawab dia nanti cikgu ajarlah ya. Dia cerita tentang the flying lizards of Malaysia. Okay. Malaysia is home to a rich variety of reptilian lizards. Okay, first kali dia cerita tentang lizard sahaja, iaitu apa namanya? Bermaksudnya cicak lah ya, cicak. Macam-macam ya, macam-macam jenis dan macam-macam size, macam-macam color, semua jenis ada. Kemudian ada satu ayat dekat sini. Ayat seterusnya kata, native to Malaysia is the flying lizard. Alright. Ini nombor berapa ni? Ini nombor 27. Okey. Sebab dia kata a variety, a rich variety of, variety ni maksudnya bermacam-macam jenis. Jadi kita cari mana yang menunjukkan ada bermacam-macam jenis. Kita tengok dekat G, dia kata some are agile in water while others can fly and glide among the tall tropical trees. Jadi dekat sini dia kata ada cicak yang hidupnya dalam air dan ada yang boleh terbang dan glide ya antara pokok-pokok. Jadi jawapan dia nombor 27 ialah G. Right. Native to Malaysia is the flying lizard. There are many species of Malaysian gliding or flying lizards. Okay, mungkin first kali elok kita tahu apa maksud perkataan glide ya. Meluncur. Meluncur. Dia bukannya menggunakan kepak untuk terbang, tak. Dia maksudnya dia ada kulit, dia ada kulit antara badan dengan kaki-kaki dia yang membolehkan mereka untuk meluncur. Dia lompat, lepas tu dia luncur. With their own unique pattern of wings known as patagium. On the average, they can reach 6 to 8 inches in length and are distinguished by the skin folds along the head, flanks and toes that enable them to glide through the air. Jadi dekat sini diceritalah tentang macam mana diorang boleh meluncur menggunakan kulit antara head, antara kepala dia, flanks itu maksudnya dia punya peha dan juga dia punya ibu kaki, bukan ibu kaki, jari kaki toes. Jadi sebab dia orang ada kulit tu, maka mereka boleh meluncur. Their colour varies through a wide range of tans, greys and browns. Jadi ada banyak-banyak colour lah. Okay, jadi ayat sebelum itu cerita tentang colours. Jadi nombor 28 kan ada cerita tentang colours. Colours apa? Colour dia punya kulit lah Colour dia punya kulit. Dan antara yang ini, mana lagi dia cerita tentang warna ataupun dia cerita tentang kulit tu lah Jawapan dia ialah E. The skin is marked with an array of blotches and stripes. Dia cerita tentang kulit itu lagi. Jadi itulah cara dia untuk kita jawab soalan macam ni. Ialah kita tengok ayat sebelum dia dan kita tengok ayat selepas dia dan kita boleh cari keywords. Kita boleh cari keywords yang boleh yang membuktikan bahawa dia ialah sambungan kepada ayat-ayat itu. Dekat sini ayat sebelum dia cerita tentang skin color, cerita tentang kulit. Maka ayat seterusnya pun cerita tentang kulit juga And so number 28, the answer is E. These flying reptiles are, of course, mostly found on trees. They can be identified by their spindly appearance and the white patagium or additional thin skin along each side of the body. The males have large and brightly colored throat pouches or fans, while some females have either small dewlaps or none at all. These lizards use their patagium to fly or sail from a higher position of a tree to a lower position or to a nearby lower tree. Okay, jadi nombor 29 ayat sebelum dia cerita tentang mereka macam mana mereka menggunakan kulit dia untuk meluncur daripada satu tempat yang tinggi kepada satu tempat yang lebih rendah. Okay, jadi ayat sebelum dia cerita tentang macam mana mereka terbang daripada position yang tinggi kepada position yang lebih rendah. Jadi dekat situ keyword dia ialah position lah. Jadi dekat sini kita cari mana yang cerita tentang position. Kita tengok H, dia kata that is why we usually find them climbing up trees with their wings folded against their bodies to prepare for their flight. Sebab itulah sebelum mereka nak meluncur, mereka kena panjat dululah pokok tu kan. Sebab mereka tak boleh, dia bukan macam burung dia boleh terbang makin tinggi, tak mereka dia meluncur sahaja daripada tempat yang tinggi kepada tempat yang lebih rendah. Jadi sebelum mereka nak luncur tu, mereka kena naik pokok yang tinggi dahulu. And so number 29 jawapan dia ialah H. The only time a female flying lizard ventures to the ground is when she is ready to lay her eggs. She descends the tree she is on and makes a nest hole by forcing her head into the soil. She then lays 2 to 5 eggs before filling the hole and guards the eggs for approximately 24 hours. Alright, jadi dia cerita dekat sini, female flying lizards yang nak bertelur sahaja akan pergi ke tanah. Kalau tak, dia orang tak tentu tanah langsung. Selepas ayat sebelum tu dia cerita dia bertelur 2 hingga 5 biji, kemudian dia isi telur itu dan dia akan jaga telur itu for approximately 24 hours. Alright. Selepas dia jaga tu apa jadi? Then she leaves and has nothing more to do with her offspring. Jadi ini ialah sambungan lah apa yang jadi kepada apa yang cicak betina itu buat selepas 24 jam. Ya, D. Very interesting. The flying lizards fly to escape from predators like snakes and birds, as well as to catch insects to eat and, of course, to find and chase their mates. They specialize in hunting flying and arboreal insects and will not fare well on crickets alone. Jadi dekat sini dicerita tentang kenapa mereka evolve untuk terbang tu, untuk lari daripada pemangsa ya, seperti ular dan burung, dan juga untuk cari insects ya, serangga untuk makan, dan juga untuk cari dan kejar dia punya pasangan dia. Ayat sebelum itu cerita tentang they specialize in hunting flying and arboreal insects and will not fare well on crickets alone. Okay, jadi dia cerita kata mereka tak boleh hidup hanya dengan makan cengkerik sahaja. Kan? Jadi dia cerita tentang makanan. Antara yang ini, yang cerita tentang makanan ialah a diet of houseflies, silkworms, moths and other insects are essential to their well-being. Ya, jadi mereka makan bermacam-macam jenis ya. Alright. And then 32, okay, ayat sebelum dia tak ada. Jadi dia ialah permulaan sebuah perenggan ya. Gliding or flying lizards favor rainforests and other humid, densely foliated habitats. Alright. Ayat selepas tu dia cerita tentang mereka suka tinggal di mana. Jadi ayat sebelum itu ialah apa namanya tu, cerita tentang tempat tinggal ya, cerita tentang dekat mana kita boleh jumpa. Jadi jawapan dia ialah C ya. Where can we find these lizards of Malaysia? Jadi dia tanya soalan dan kemudian ayat seterusnya ialah jawapan kepada soalan itu. Alright. Jadi itu ialah bahagian gap text lah. Inilah cara dia untuk jawab ya. Inilah cara dia untuk jawab gap text. Jungle trails in the forest reserves and national parks in both East and West Malaysia will ensure some very productive outings, especially during the wet weather. In the wild and virgin jungles of Sarawak and Sabah, we can also expect to find myriads of flying lizard species that are both unique and fascinating. If you are a wildlife and nature lover, you will be fascinated by the beauty and wonder of these flying lizards of Malaysia. All right. Next, ialah 33 to 40. We interviewed 6 teenagers about the aspects they consider when buying a smartphone. Read the texts below and answer the questions that follow. Alright, jadi ini ditanya 6 orang teenage ya. Apa yang mereka expect apabila mereka membeli smartphone. Okay. Damien kata The brand matters to me. Jadi dekat situ dia cerita tentang brand. Kemudian dia cerita tentang good user reviews. Kenapa? Sebab assured of its quality. Jadi inilah cara dia ya untuk jawab soalan macam ni. Daripada banyak-banyak yang dia cakap ni, cari dia punya keywords dia ya. The brand. Kenapa dia beli? Sebab brand. Brand yang apa? Brand yang ada good user review. Kenapa? Sebab dia pasti bahawa kualiti dia bagus. Alright. Next, Kaisara. Some smartphones are overpriced. I'm guessing it's because celebrity endorsements. I think that is just a marketing ploy. I don't see why I should get an expensive one when I can get one with the same functions at half the price. Jadi dia ni, Kaisara penting tentang, dia cerita tentang dia suka beli yang smartphone yang murah. Same function, half the price. Kenapa? Sebab dia rasa yang mahal tu sebab marketing sahaja. Ya, menggunakan selebriti. Jadi bila selebriti kata benda tu bagus, maka orang pun beli dan Kaisarah tak setujulah. Next, Kevin. There is a saying that goes like this. We take photos as a return ticket to a moment that is otherwise gone. I am a photography enthusiast and hence the camera on my smartphone must have high megapixels, hybrid autofocus, optical stabilization, manual modes and special effects. Jadi untuk Kevin dia cerita tentang smartphone dia kena kamera dia sangat bagus lah. Ya, semua ni dia cerita tentang kamera. Kenapa? Sebab dia ialah seorang photography enthusiast. Dia suka tangkap gambar. Next, Malar. I download songs and podcasts into my smartphone so that I can listen to them even when I'm not online. I have around 1,500 songs on my current playlist. I will get annoyed if I see pop-ups telling me that I do not have enough storage space. Give me a smartphone with a large memory. Jadi, Malar nak large memory. Kenapa? Sebab dia ada banyak songs and podcasts. Ya, dia ada banyak songs and podcasts. Maka dia nak yang ada large memory. Okay, Yi Lu kata, I value my privacy. Next, dia nak extra security features. Extra security features. Kenapa? Sebab dia value my privacy. Next, Faisal. Faisal nak QHD display. Ya, dia nak yang ada display bagus dan juga long lasting battery life. Sebab dia ialah seorang yang suka main game, gunakan dia punya phone dan juga kadang-kadang dia akan live stream dia punya games. Alright. Jadi apabila kita dah tengok apa yang dikata, apa dia punya details dekat sini, baru kita boleh jawab soalan dia. Right. I enjoy listening to talks about a particular topic that interests me. Listening to. Nampak tak? Listening to. Jadi dekat situ kita dah tahu dah listening to ialah paragraph D kan. Paragraph D. I once queued for 6 hours to get my hands on the latest release of one of the world's top smartphone brands. Dia dah tulis dah dekat situ, brands. Maka kita tahu bahawa jawapan dia ialah Damien A. I prefer a budget-friendly option. Budget-friendly ni maksudnya murah lah. Jadi B ya, Kaisara. I'm planning to upgrade to a smartphone with the latest biometric scanner technology. Itu ialah privacy, maka E. Alright. Okay. Complete the notes below using information. Choose no more than one word. Ni kena hati-hati ya. Jangan lebih daripada satu patah perkataan. Okay. Number one blank strategy is hiring famous people. Ni cerita tentang celebrities tadi lah. Right? This is just a marketing ploy. Jadi jawapan dia ialah marketing strategy. And then a camera which captures poor quality photographs will not live up to the expectations of a photography. Cerita pasal kamera, photography enthusiast. Next, clicking on blank links and advertisements will lead you to questionable websites. Hmm, uh, pop-ups. Pop-ups. Ya, apabila nampak pop-up dekat situ, kalau nampak pop-up tu nampak pelik aja, tutup terus. Ya, jangan tekan apa-apa. To preserve battery life, you should try not to keep too many applications running simultaneously. Simultaneously. Ada tulis kat situ. Alright. Jadi rasanya cukuplah ya kelas kita untuk malam ini. InsyaAllah minggu depan kamu akan ada kelas bahasa Melayu pula ya. Alright. Jadi kalau tak ada soalan, kalau tak ada masalah, cikgu tamatkan kelas dengan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, thank you very much. Cikgu Azman ada kat situ ke? Ada tak? Tak apalah, nantilah. Alright. That is the end for tonight's class. Thank you very much.